Reed Shepperd is a Rocket. The Houston Rockets have selected Reed Shepperd with the 3rd overall pick. Reaction episode. Let's talk about it. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Summit State of Mind, presented to you by the Apollo Podcast Network and powered by Big City Wings. In this episode, we're just going to react and discuss the 3rd overall pick of the 2024 NBA Draft. That's right, we're going to talk Reed Shepperd all day, every day, the shooting guard out of Kentucky. If you look to my right, obviously, I'm going to be joined by my co-host, the GM, Justin, and, of course, in the 3rd chair, in the guest chair, we're joined, once again, by Zero Gravity's own Big Josh.
Yes, sir.
Here
I love
at the Summit.
Oh, yeah.
Here at the
It took
Summit.
you a couple days. We figured out a nickname. We're going to stick with it, right?
I don't know. That was literally off the top of my head.
And I love it. I love it.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah,
All
I
right,
love it.
fantastic.
I love
Well, you know who
My
else?
man is 6 feet tall, 6'1".
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we'll give
In
it to him.
shoes, in shoes.
Give it to him,
In
yeah.
shoes.
The same height as Rob. No,
like
no,
Chris
as,
Paul-
what's
Chris
his name?
Paul-
As
Reed
Reed Shepperd.
Yeah.
People say Chris Paul's like 6'1" with shoes. Without, he's like 5'10".
Oh, brother.
No, that's a lie.
He's wearing
I've
elevator shoes all day,
stood
every
next
day.
to Chris Paul, and I tell you this: my man's got to be at tallest 5'10", 5'11".
Wow.
I've stood next
With
to him.
shoes. Wow.
Yes,
Insane.
with shoes.
But you know who's still 6'1" without shoes? I'm talking Reed Shepperd.
That's right.
Here we go. Reed Shepperd, the 3rd overall pick. We were in studio watching it live. Got to see it happen. Number one, Zachary
Versace.
Risa Shea.
Ricochet. I was like,
Yeah,
Ricochet,
that's
but
it.
it's spelled Versace, right?
Sure.
It's Ricochet
Sure.
at number 1.
Yes.
Number 2, Alex Sarr.
He's French. He's French.
Number 2, Alex Sarr. Number 3, Reed Shepperd. Let's talk about it, boys. What we got here. Reed Shepperd, 3rd overall pick. Let's give it to the guest right now. Big Josh, how we feeling about Reed Shepperd?
Oh, man. This was not on my radar as much as it should have been because I know that I'd say that 70% of Rockets guys wanted Reed Shepperd. I was in on the Klingon and the Sarr. If Sarr fell, of course. My dream scenario, I mentioned this on Zero Gravity. I wasn't really able to fully express it on here, but you heard me pre-show. Rob Dillingham being a Rocket, being traded down, that was my ideal scenario. But seeing that we had the 3rd pick and we were just ever so blessed with this bountiful basket of gifts and opportunities, why would we not take it? And we got our guy. We got a guy that shot 52% in college. We did almost an entire deep dive on him pre-draft anyway. But seeing that it's here, it happened. This is big time. Y'all boys, y'all are some Reed Shepperd guys. I'm working on it. I'm working on it as much as I can.
We're workshopping it.
I'm
It's in the
workshopping it. I
There you
don't have
go.
a problem with it.
Okay.
I think that it's great. We need a
Yeah.
shooter. We pace of play and shooting was a big issue for us last year, especially with some unnamed guards in our system. But we're here, and we've got a guy. We've got a guy.
Got a dude.
And, we got a guy's guy. He was looking like a youth pastor, as we said on the live
you were
reaction.
saying.
We're about to sing praise and worship with
Yeah,
Reed
and of course
Shepperd.
Oh
his
my
name's Shepherd.
gosh.
He straight out of Utah, a Mormon youth pastor, like perfect 20, 21 years old, just like post rehab, just comes out and just helps all these kids with their their summer camp, their summer plans.
You already built the
I've-
Lifetime movie.
Yeah,
the
I made the Reed Shepperd
the
lore
Hallmark
already.
movie. We're
I'm
already
with,
all
I'm
there.
with that. I'm all with that. I'm
What do
all
y'all
with
think,
that.
boys?
Well, we'll go past the Hallmark episode. We'll dive back into that. GM, over to you right now. Overall thoughts of
Oh,
Reed Shepperd.
man.
You were a Reed Shepperd guy.
I was
You liked
definitely a Reed
him,
Shepperd guy. I was in favor of him or Donovan Clingan. You know, like I'm still in shock that Donovan Clingan fell to the Portland.
7.
Was Portland Trailblazers at 7 or is it? I don't remember.
Yeah,
It
Portland
was
at
7.
7, yep.
Portland at 7. So
Not as surprised as
that-
me.
that,
Modest is still falling. We're watching this draft live right now, and he is still free falling,
I feel like he's
guys.
gonna get picked by Chicago next. But
Well,
I'm
we're
gonna
about to
say
find
this
out.
with Reed Shepperd, like we really needed shooting on this team.
Yeah,
and
premium.
that was a major weakness, and Modest Bizarros was just picked by Chicago
as
Bulls.
we
We are
speak.
still watching this draft. And what did I say before we even started recording? I said Modest is going to Chicago.
He said it.
They really needed a
He
guy.
also said that Zach Edey was going in the lottery. Or, no, top 10.
He said top 10.
I said lottery. You said top 10.
and he barely made it.
Dude, he looks so
I love
good.
this game.
Yo,
He, I don't know,
man.
he
love
does
this
not
game,
look
guys.
He does not look happy.
I love the draft.
Right. No, yeah.
I'll say this. You know, like with Reed Shepperd coming to Houston, he definitely helps us in a way that we've struggled with all year, which was shooting. I mean, like you stated, 52% from 3. That's a big deal. And I think that considering his 42-inch vertical,
which that was news to me.
I
That was-
told
that was
y'all
news to me as well.
he was
Kenny.
sneaky athletic.
He said that he was sneaky
Kenny
athletic.
Sneaky
said
athletic.
athleticism.
I said it.
He used that as one of his key terms
Those are my key
for
terms.
Reed Shepperd. And let me tell
Spoiler
you, man,
alert.
I think that this team just improved quite a bit. And the fact that we didn't make any deals and we decided to keep Reed Shepperd, I think it's a great thing. Patience is key. As much as everybody wanted to see Raphael Stone make a deal, Raphael Stone is like me in high school, afraid to pull the trigger.
Oh my
And I mean, you know what?
gosh.
It's
Wow.
it's totally okay.
That's
and
okay.
I
Your
get
time will
it.
come.
I think
Yeah, we're just
exactly.
This is all the big,
I mean,
one
Kevin
big therapy
Durant is on
session.
the radar, guys. Wink.
Kevin
we'll
Durant,
we'll talk
yeah,
about
which
that
we'll,
later.
Which we'll talk about.
But-
oh my god!
but I mean,
I
you
can't
know,
even get my point
I-
across.
I'm happy with Reed Shepperd. Shout out to my boy Chris Rodriguez. He told me, he called me today at work and said, your team's going to draft your favorite player in the league. I promise you. He's going to be your favorite Rocket soon enough. Jalen Green's my favorite Rocket, guys. But Reed Shepperd's it. He can get up there.
Yeah.
I'm going to be real with you. But Kenny, what do you think, man?
Okay, so question: who is the best 3-point shooter on the Rockets currently?
Oh,
outside of Reed
no.
Shepperd. Outside of Reed Shepperd, tell me who's the
Oh,
best
oh,
3-point shooter?
It
Let's
should be
real.
Jabari Smith Jr.
Okay.
Yeah.
It should be.
And bottom line is that the fact that you guys took that long to just be able to and Josh still couldn't even come up with an answer. Like Josh is still like, I
Dylan
really
Brooks
don't
at
know.
times.
Yeah. See that, and
Which
that,
is true.
Exactly, and that is why you get a Reed Shepperd. Premium 3-point shooters have become like the market has been outsourced. It's been elevated. Shooters are getting paid like $20+ million off the ass. Like everyone wants shooting. It's so big time, and you get it at a fraction of the cost as a rookie. You get him to get molded under Fred VanVleet. You get to have him work with the youth, to grow with the youth. And on top of that, he provides everything that this team needs, like right now,
Yeah.
which is big time shooting, which is what we have not had in freaking years. Yeah. I freaking love this pick. Dude, the demon is home. Dude, it's the
Demon home, pussy.
Demon is home,
I
dog.
love it. I'm with
The
it.
demon
I'm
is
with
home.
it.
Dude, shout out to Tari Eason. He literally said it on tweet. He's like, demon is coming home. Like, that's
Beautiful.
awesome, dude.
Beautiful.
Like, it's big time. Look, there was a mix, like it was a big melting pot of different media saying that maybe we were going to try to get Klingon. Obviously, if Sar fell, I think everything would have been thrown off the radar. I think we would have gotten Sar. I think Sar would have come to the Rockets no matter what anyone thinks. But just the ability to get Reed Shepperd at this cost. Like, I did not want him at number 3, but as we progressed towards the draft, I was like, I mean, there's just no one I'm truly in love with. Like, there just really isn't anyone that I'm in love with outside of Sar. And Sar got taken at number 2. So you take Reed Shepperd at the fraction, like I said, at the fraction of the cost, at the biggest need. He'll fit hand to glove. Jalen Green, Fred VanVleet, all these ball handlers will find him. He'll get wide open shots. He's a big steal magnet. He's good at getting turnovers. He's good with the handle. He will learn under Fred. He will maybe he'll take the keys in the future. Maybe if he leaves after next year, you never know if he progresses and does really well. But bottom line, y'all, this has basically stretched into a 10-man rotation, which is insane if Steven Adams becomes healthy. You got your starting 5, right? Your backup 5 is now essentially going to be Tari Eason, Amen Thompson, Cam Whitmore, Steven Adams, Reed Shepperd. That is a
Put that lineup in Detroit, they're winning 35 games. I mean,
that starting lineup in
you're
Detroit.
not
They're
wrong.
winning
You're not
35
wrong.
games.
In the East, 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
That is your backup. Like, those are your backups. You have 10 viable players outside of maybe Steven Adams' health, pending health, obviously.
Right.
But you have 10 viable players now that can suit up and run with the Rockets. Guys, we're big time here. Overall, though, Reed Shepperd, let's just talk about his fit right now. I just want to talk about that. Pass it over to you first, GM. What's your thought about his fit? I just talked about how he could fit in with this team. How do you think he will be able to fit with the Rockets?
No, I agree with you. I think he fits hand in glove like Michael Jackson's rhinestone glove. I think he just fits right in exactly with what we need.
Is that what you wanted?
Yes.
That was good.
Standing
All right,
next to Jalen Green at the draft, I just want to sing rock with you.
That
Let's
picture
be
did go
real
hard.
here.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
That picture
Was
went hard.
Jalen in the Sunnies?
He was in the sun.
Was he rocking the Sunny sweat?
With a beard?
Always.
With a beard?
I told Josh
It's a man of
earlier,
culture.
Jalen Green, All-Star year, 4th year, my man has a beard.
Wow, we're really calling
it's
it
over.
now.
Beautiful.
It's over.
It's ballsy.
With a beard? Jalen with a beard? Oh, my man's a man. He's a father.
He's a father.
So
Yeah, he is
he's
a father
a
now.
father now.
Father figure Jalen Green.
Happy
year 4.
Father's Day to my boy
man.
Jalen.
Put that on a damn
But,
shirt.
you know,
Put it on a damn shirt.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
yeah.
We'll put the picture of them both on a T-shirt. I'm with it.
I'm going to call it Daddy Buckets.
Oh,
I like
my
that. Okay.
God.
Don't steal my idea, guys.
Buckets 1 and Buckets 2. You're welcome.
Yeah, okay,
But
okay.
I'll say this: Reed Shepperd, what he brings offensively is immensely needed for the team. But what's underrated about him is his defense. What he played off the ball in terms of his play, like his amount of steals per game. He had a lot of steals. I don't remember how much it was. I know that Kenny had talked about it. We talked about it in a past episode. I believe it might have been around 2 steals
He's a
per
ball
game.
magnet.
Yes.
It really is.
And I think that, what happens is that with a player like him, his instinct in the passing lanes and with his sneaky athleticism,
There it is.
I think that there is something to be seen here with this team. I believe that his defense will be underrated for what we're trying to accomplish in the future. I think that eventually he'll be a top Ime guy, and he could eventually be a guy that could eventually replace Fred VanVleet as well.
I like it.
So I think that there's a lot here in terms of the future with Reed Shepperd. But right now, it looks like the 2024-2025 season looks quite promising, boys.
Very much so.
Yeah, over to you now, Josh.
Reed
What are we
Shepperd
thinking?
being okay. I'm gonna lead this with a question. I just want a yes or no. Is Reed Shepperd a plug and play guy? Not on the level of Donovan Clingan, but do you think that you can put him, let's say, in the backup point guard position where he plays 20 minutes a game and he's running and he's not fatigued, running off the ball? Because I was thinking to myself, Reed Shepperd running off the ball and being kind of pesty on offense.
Oh, yeah.
That could feed families, and I think that I feel like the floodgates are opening for the space on the floor to be wide enough for that to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm really y'all are convincing me. I not that I needed any convincing because in my brain, everyone
let me
knew Reed
preface it by
Shepperd. Let me be
saying
clear.
this.
Let me be clear. Reed Shepperd was going to go top 5 in my brain, just like everyone else's brain. But I didn't, it didn't really set in. I know you guys had the graphic ready, and shout out to you guys for the overall persistence for what you guys have done, not only this past season, but the off season as well. Reed Shepperd being on our team is going to be a huge, huge improvement, like you mentioned with the shooting, and I just can't wait to see the guy put up 5-6 threes a game, and it might be a little, Kobe on a bad night some days.
Eric Gordon on
It
a
might
bad
be
night.
Eric Gordon on a bad
Yeah.
night. It could also be Gerald Green making a corner 3 to win the game on some nights. I don't know.
We're going to get his, what's his name? Steve Novak game winner.
Yeah. there you go.
Eventually.
Oh, we're gonna get the Novak
Yes.
game winner.
We're getting
on
one-
the
we're
9th or
getting
10th
one
win
this year
in
in
a
a
row
row.
of the season, on the way to 22 in a row. No, I love what you say too, because the way that you said that, the first player that came to mind immediately was Dante DiVincenzo. I think the ability to put in that type of player, because he is pesky, like a Dante DiVincenzo, and if you can even hit DiVincenzo like stats, especially like in this current iteration of that Knicks team, Reed Shepperd can be that. Oh,
Reed
man.
Shepperd's already running suicides in the gym right now. Like he's ready.
He just said, hat on. I did the interview. I got the picture with Jalen. Are we good?
Let's
We're good.
go.
Okay,
Let's
I got to
go.
run my suicide.
On my way.
I'm gonna be real.
Up and down the private jet.
That Dante DiVincenzo
He's like,
comparison.
how long is the runway?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna lie. That
No.
DiVincenzo comparison had my heart skip a beat because
A
I don't know.
little bit, yeah.
You know
Wait,
how I feel.
yeah.
I've loved DiVincenzo since
Yeah,
he
big
was in
DiVincenzo
college.
guy.
So
Yeah, Justin was
I
a
loved
big
DiVincenzo
DiVincenzo guy.
then
Loved
when he went to Milwaukee. Now he's in New York, and shout out to New York. Shout little plug. Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, man, they're gonna be for real next year. I'm actually excited for them. They might be my number 2 team, but just the potential of Reed Shepperd potentially being a Dante DiVincenzo and seeing how he's become the type of player he has been in the league. How is that not a core player?
Yeah.
In my opinion,
I completely.
that's an Ime Udoka guy.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
to like
it-
a
it-
fucking
absolutely.
T.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Comparing a top 3 pick to a Dante DiVincenzo worries me, but also if that's his floor, then sign me up.
Well, the thing is,
Because-
this draft isn't like a normal
Right.
draft. It's
But we can look
shittier.
back on this in 10 years and be like, oh, we hated on that, but then like everybody
Right.
went crazy. Rob Dillingham might give you 20 a game in 3 years. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's also fair.
Yeah,
Lou
anything can happen.
Williams version 2.0.
There you go. There you go. No,
Yeah,
Lou
it's true.
will-
Modest
ooh, I
Buzelis
love
could
that.
prove the prior 11 teams wrong.
That's right.
Make them eat shit,
Yeah, that's
including
right.
the Rockets.
Oh,
I
they
know
got
you're with
Dan
it. You're
Hurley
with
on
it.
the screen right now. What a night for the guy. What a night for the
I
guy.
know, yeah, killing it.
He was on Rosillo, and now he is just on ESPN talking his shit, watching his guys go top 7, which should have been top 5.
Yeah,
Castle
I
should have
agree.
gone 4. Klingon should have gone top 3, or worst case scenario 5.
I thought he would have.
The
he wouldn't
Pistons
have, out
drafting
of the top
Ron
5.
Holland. The Pistons drafting
It's
Ron
wild.
Holland is crazy.
Yeah,
and
people think
I
that-
love it. I
yeah.
love it. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's chaos.
They
I
needed,
know we're
they needed
Rockets fans,
shooting.
but damn it,
They
that's
ended
awesome.
up going Stephon.
Oh, it's
No, not
awesome.
Stephon, sorry. They ended up going Ron Holland.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wild.
like
That team's gonna be
we
great.
got Reed Shepperd, so let's put it on the table now. So Reed Shepperd's a Rocket. The Houston Rockets made some trades last night. They made one trade last night, which is a little puzzling. To Brooklyn, they got these picks. Basically, they traded back. I don't have the full details in front of me. I don't know if Justin wants to pull it up.
I'll pull it up.
But basically, we gave them back their 2025 pick. They traded away Mikal Bridges, which I think that was the crux of them making that trade. They needed to get the 2025 pick back. They got the 2025 pick back, and we basically inherited 2 more picks. It was like a 2-for-4 deal for the Rockets, including swaps. Basically, Phoenix. We own Phoenix's future
Okay.
now.
So this is what we gave up. The Rockets gave up the 2025 pick, the right to swap their first-round pick, or Oklahoma City's first-round pick, in exchange for Brooklyn's, which is probably going to be a top pick. And they gave Brooklyn back their 2026 first-round pick. In exchange, the Rockets receive the right to swap either their own first-round pick or OKC's first-round pick in exchange for Phoenix's. And we also get Phoenix's 2027 first-round pick.
Right.
So
And-
we've already finished banking on one team's downfall, which is
Now we're
almost
banking
guaranteed
on-
now.
Yes.
So
Right.
now it's like you win the jackpot at the casino, the minor jackpot, and then you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna go do it again.
There
you
Right.
go.
So let's go do it again.
There you go.
I think that it's scary, and I think that if the Suns end up, let's say, keeping KD, keeping Devin Booker, I mean, I'm not
Yes.
saying that they're going to be in contention, obviously not, but
They'll be in the playoffs.
they'll be in the playoffs, and they will
Yeah.
be in the lottery,
Yes.
and a lot. We've already seen all the dominoes fall in Brooklyn. Why are we going to bank on another team's dominoes falling when odds are that might not happen? I don't know.
Yeah, most likely won't.
It's
Right,
very
right.
puzzling, and the fact that we could have gotten a pretty solid player out of it, like
Right.
it kind of throws me off. And Cam Johnson being a Rocket, I mean, I think that would have been pretty sick. You could have taken off one of those picks.
I would
thrown
have
us Cam
loved.
Johnson.
Yeah, I would have loved. I would have
loved
absolutely
Cam
loved
Johnson.
Cam Johnson. My whole thing with this right now is, and I've said this in past episodes, and people have commented on the YouTube episodes too. Shout outs to all of our listeners, of course, that continue to listen to our episodes. When is Stone going to make the big balls trade? Every time we've talked about it. Oh, he's in contention for this superstar. Oh, they're going to make a trade at draft night. They didn't do shit. Again, they're going to keep the pick.
Yeah, it's
it's
fair.
like,
It's
it's
fair.
consistent. At some point, you're like one of two things going to happen. Either Alperen Şengün or Jalen Green's going to take that next step and they're going to be all-stars, or they're going to have to trade for a star. Like, you got to get a
Or
star
one of them
on the
leaves
roster.
the team
No,
straight up. And that's,
yeah.
that's the terrifying part.
Right, that's the thing.
Like we were talking about last episode, the core 6 might not and probably will not stay together.
Make
It's a
that
matter
core,
of it.
make
if-
that the core 7.
No, yeah, there you go. Core 7 now. It's a matter of it happening. It could have happened on draft night.
Right.
We could have traded for KD on draft night. We probably would have gotten rid of one of the core 6 guys. But
Yeah.
it really terrifies me knowing that, like we talked about, that this is going to go away soon, and it's up to Stone to make it right on the administration end. Like, obviously he can't control,
No.
I mean, he can somewhat not really control the
Right.
what happens on the court, but
Right,
at the end of the
right.
day, like, make sure that the puzzles are all fit. The 1,000-piece puzzles are all sticking together. You know
Oh
what
yeah, I
mean?
mean that's why
It freaks
being
me
a
out
GM is
knowing-
being a GM in any professional organization is the toughest. Is one
Probably
of the
the
toughest
craziest job,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, 100%. And you're consistently under the microscope.
Yeah.
So good points there, GM. Over to you right now. So like, no trades have been made. The trade you just basically had spoken about the
Well, I
trade
mean,
that was made last night.
we got
what
two
is our thoughts on it?
swaps in 2029
Right.
as well.
But
So basically,
what's your thoughts on it?
basically, we gave up more value next year to take an opportunity in getting even more value in 27 and 29, right? In the short term, it's not a good move, obviously, because Next year's draft is supposed to be very deep. Cooper Flagg is the number 1 guy, and he is a dude, and he could potentially be a future star in the league. But like we saw last year, you can't bank on getting the number 1 pick. I mean, freaking Tillman Fertitta said, "Pray for Victor," and it never happened. He went to San Antonio, so it's a 14% chance that occurs. The thing about it is this: Stone went with quantity over quality, and banking on the downfall that is Phoenix. And with Phoenix, they're in the apron. They're already on the second apron. They can't use the MLE. They can't trade things to get to they can't intake more salary than they give out, right? So they can't acquire anybody. It's going to be very difficult for them to acquire anybody. They're paying $500 million to like 6 or 7 guys. It's a lot of money.
Yeah,
Jesus.
You know what? And then you have to fill out a roster of 16 players. So think about this.
That's
like
crazy.
they're stuck. They're very stuck. And the thing about it was like this. Reports today from like Windhorst, Woj, and other sources spoke that Kevin Durant is a name that's come up amongst Houston brass. Not in favor of that. But another name that did come up was Devin Booker. Devin Booker, absolutely, 100%. Yes, that is definitely someone that I can get behind with the picks that we do have. I don't believe in him as the number 1 guy. I hate to say that. Don't fault me. It's just what I see. But Devin Booker is definitely someone at 27 years old that has yet to reach the peak of his career. If he becomes available and Phoenix is like, give us our picks back, we definitely have to think about that. But obviously, hopefully, there are more stars that eventually become available. De'Aaron Fox is one, potentially.
I am manifesting.
I would love
that
De'Aaron
so
Fox
hard.
as well.
Bring the kid home.
Absolutely.
Bring the Cypress guy home.
And I do have a thought, if I may speak very calmly on it, in terms of the possibility of giving Kevin Durant, and it's this. Fuck it, I want chaos. KD, come to Houston. I fucking want chaos. I want chaos.
Let it out.
I
Let it
want a
out.
chance at a title. I want a chance at a fucking title.
He's
Kevin
an Ime
Durant,
guy.
come to Houston.
Ime
Ime
loves
Udoka.
KD.
Come to
Ime
Houston,
Udoka.
KD.
He loves
Come to
KD.
Houston. I want a chance at a championship. KD passing it out to Reed Shepperd for a game winner in the Western Conference Finals, about to hit like fucking crack, guys. And y'all aren't ready for the noise.
God.
Wow.
Y'all aren't ready for the noise.
Wow.
I'm in it. I'm with it.
Rookie
I
of the
get
year,
it. I
Reed
get
Shepperd
it.
is about to hit like crack, guys.
Alright.
I'm telling you. Nah, but
Hey, the rookie of the year is wide
I
open.
want, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want, hey guys, but like honestly, I want just for the chaos standpoint of it alone, I do want it. Josh, over to you now. Just hearing all of these thoughts here and all the news that's been coming out, the Kevin Durant, possibly Devin Booker here, obviously with the free agent market coming in like a week, I think like a week.
July 1st,
Yeah,
right?
July 1st
Yeah.
is literally next week.
It's a week, yeah.
So literally we're a week away from that, maybe a little bit less. You know, Reed Shepperd's a Rocket now. How are we feeling? Like, what is your overall thoughts right now? What is the landscape looking like for the Rockets?
Well, I will tell you the landscape of my general brain right now is I'm scared. I'm very scared.
Because you don't know.
Because I don't know anything. What do I know? I'm just a human being. I am so terrified knowing that the Rockets could trade for a star and we would give up picks on picks on picks. Again, knowing that we will probably get rid of the core one person or 2 people or 3 people out of the core 6 within the next calendar year, that freaks me out. And I know that Ime Udoka wants to Disney Fast Pass this rebuild, not sponsored. But I really,
But I will
I'm
gladly
really
take
scared.
Disney as a
Thank you.
sponsor.
Yeah,
Go on.
Yeah, no, I can co-sign
God.
that. I've loved seeing this team get slowly better. It's almost
know.
like seeing the small little moral victories over the past 2 years. Whenever Jalen Green played against the Lakers that one game, and I think that game went to OT, he
Yeah,
dropped
we
like
lost.
35 or
Yeah.
40
Yeah.
or something like that.
That
I
big
was
3
like,
over Anthony
this
Davis,
is
yeah, his rookie year.
awesome.
That was fun.
Yes, but fuck. I'm so terrified. I'm so terrified, man. I have no other thoughts than emotions.
Right. Okay, and that's
it's
fine,
all it's
yeah.
all just general emotions
Coming in pretty fast.
Yeah.
Right.
In seeing that Reed Shepperd will probably be able to like have a perfectly spaced floor. Odds are, especially when Steven Adams is in the game too. God willing, he's healthy, taken care of. Şengün's in the paint as well, or whatever we end up doing. If Jabari Smith ends up playing in the paint as well, like we can move some guys. We can move some guys around, and I think this
awesome.
team might be a little faster paced than we think coming
agreed.
next year. And I think the youth is going to really catapult that. And if we try to again, fast past the rebuild, it's going to freak me out knowing that, maybe we pulled the trigger too early, you know? And especially on Kevin Durant. Devin Booker, career loser? Can I say that?
That's a
people
fair
say the
statement.
same thing
I'm
about
not gonna
James
lie,
Harden.
It's a fair statement.
Well,
But yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah.
we fear the beard over here, so I'll always support my man. It freaks me out knowing that one of these guys, one of these stars can come to our team, like I said, and I know it would be amazing in the moment. And even last night we were talking, or whenever the trade happened last night or 2 nights ago, where I was just like, oh, I want Kevin Durant. And then I woke up the next morning, I texted our guy on Zero Gravity, Stone, fuck, man, I don't know if I want KD. I woke up the next morning, I was like, okay, I slept on it. I'm in a much better headspace, much more, much less manic headspace than I was in last night.
So the emotions have settled.
Yeah, the emotions have settled,
Think about
and
it
I
now.
kind of just want to see the team grow. Like, if that means that we only get 44 to 48 wins next year, and maybe we sneak into the playoffs and we lose in the first round, okay, I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm okay with
coming
experience.
from where we were.
I'm good with playoff
last year, 2 years
experience.
ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
When we were winning 20 games or less. Oh my God, what are we talking about?
Yep.
Get me in the playoffs. Get me that feeling. I can't even imagine what Orlando's feeling right now with Paolo Banchero, the Wagner twins. I mean, dude, this is sick to watch a real rebuild happen. Even the career revitalization of Marquel Folz, which, not amazing, but he's not playing like a number one guy. I don't know if he ever will, but he's finding his role.
Right.
And, I know I love hate watching. I love being a hater, but seeing people find their way in a weird league that's kind of almost, I don't want to say screwed him over, but I feel like Marquel Folz got left behind a little bit. That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
But
Right.
It freaks me out whenever we see high guy, top 3, top 5 guys and get put in these systems, and hopefully Reed Shepperd can flourish. But I wouldn't say that Ime Udoka is an offensive-minded guy.
No.
I wouldn't say that you put a shooter on this team and that completely just tears the whole landscape apart. I think that it's going to take a long time, and it's going to really show who. It's like we were talking about with the rotation. It's like sink or swim, buddy. Like, you got 10 guys who can really give you anything and everything. Yeah. And like I said, even that second unit, they could probably win 30, 35 games in Detroit, which is a glowing review, glowing mark on what our bench could be. And if Reed Shepperd can add to that, great. And if it takes more time to develop, we can afford a project too. Like I said with Alex Sarr, or even clinging like a pro-ready guy, like we can still afford to stash a guy.
Oh yeah, the draft and stash, which I'm sure was on the table for the Rockets.
I'm scared. I'm freaked out, but we're here now. Take it away. Take it away. All my emotions are out.
I know.
Okay? We're good.
You're getting it all out.
This is my therapy
my
session.
man put himself on the table.
Oh yeah.
We're getting it all out. Yeah, no. Yeah, this team it's continuing now. I anticipated no trades, and that's pretty much what happened. People, kept saying, "Oh, Rockets are dangling third pick," blah blah blah. I didn't anticipate it. I was like, "Yeah, Stone has yet to show me he's willing to do something major, like huge, like." I see the Steven Adams trade,
and that's okay. Though.
Yeah, which is fine. Yeah, which is fine for now. I want to see.
When we're good.
I want to see something. I got to see something.
Yeah.
So overall, like I said, everyone, this is just a reaction episode, just getting all of our immediate thoughts out. Obviously, we're gonna regroup. We're gonna come back, but literally, this is the draft. The draft is happening right now as we are recording this,
Yep.
which is in real time. Amazing stuff. GM, over to you right now. Any last words here before we get ready to go home? Just wanted to get a quick reaction episode out on the gate.
Man, you know what? Like, I'm just very excited to see the future. I'm excited to see what free agency brings, and who knows? Maybe a trade does happen. We don't know. There's a lot of names that are surfacing.
It could happen now.
I mean, it's leaning that Jimmy Butler is probably going to stay, even though he wants to get traded. Paul George, it looks like Golden State's going to offer him a max contract. That would be.
I missed that.
That would be fucking wild if Paul George goes to Golden State.
Fuck it, I'll take it.
Good for him. I mean, playing with Steph Curry and Draymond Green and Andrew Wiggins. I mean, fuck, we'll see.
Like, you got it, buddy.
I mean, was it Podziemski?
Podziemski. Hey, don't
any
respect
name I could
Podziemski's
name.
game, man. He's he hooped with me in 2K.
That's fair. But I mean, who knows what's gonna happen? But with free agency coming and potential trades on the table, we'll see what happens. I'm very excited to see the future for the Rockets, but honestly, I really wish that training camp starts tomorrow. If I'm gonna be real, like, I want basketball season to begin. Like, I'm fucking ready. Reed Shepperd's here. Yo, I'm in.
Oh man, the videos
gonna
of
be a
him,
fun summer.
the
Oh,
videos
fuck
of him
yeah.
working out with Jalen is just gonna be incredible.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna be like, oh
Hell
my god,
yeah.
he's working out with Fred. It's beginning, guys.
Yeah.
It's happening. DEFCON 5.
Yep,
Like it's
yep.
freaking happening. Josh, last thoughts before we get ready to go home here.
Don't be as scared as I am. Don't hold your head high. Always remember that there will be a tomorrow. Have fun. Even when you're drafting in a position of high pressure, like I said last episode.
Yeah.
I just hope these teams are having fun. Like, look at the war room right now. They look so locked in, focused. I want to see some smiles there, and I hope that the Rockets
to see
team.
the Rockets war room.
I hope the
honestly.
Rockets team can next season can
dude.
give us some more smiles, because that's what we need.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Just
Absolutely.
have fun, guys.
Yeah, and my last thoughts are, well, I think when the Rockets were in the war room, they were thinking, this is obviously what's come to mind. This is the first thought that came to mind for them, to keep them going. They just kept telling themselves, I got sunshine on a cloudy day.
Yeah.
When it's cold outside,
My
I got
girl.
the month of May. I guess you'd say what makes me feel this way. My Reed.
Shout out to the Temptations.
Talking about my Reed. My Reed.
Wow.
Let's get ready to go home here on a reaction episode. GM, one time, give the people what they want.
Okay, guys. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, X, whatever the fuck you call it. At JP_Mirabueno. Make sure to follow the podcast on Twitter at Summit, SOMPOD. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Summit State of Mind _POD. And make sure to follow the people, our family, our brothers, my boys that are next to me at Apollo NBA and Apollo HOU.
Josh, tell them where they can find you as well.
They can find me on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. I have I have bones to pick with Elon Musk, but that's not for right now. Josh Garcia 64, and you can find me on Instagram at Where's My Foul. Happy basketball.
Such a
Happy
sick
basketball
ad.
time, guys.
Such a great ad. Have fun out there.
I'm with it.
And just have fun with it. Smile, have fun.
There you go.
My Reed.
My Reed.
That was beautiful.
Thanks,
We had
man.
a little medley going on.
Oh, yeah.
If
of
y'all
course,
like
of course. That's what we
harmonize,
do.
I would probably melt in my chair.
Yeah.
Naturally.
That weeds.
Naturally.
You can find me on Twitter as well at Summit Commish. Shouts to our Apollo podcast brethren that continue to kill the game. That's right. BTD, Beyond the Dime, and the Crown Jewel of Astros podcast, making that comeback to 500.
Salute.
Be sure to give them your first listen. For all Houston Astros content, shouts to Off the Gridiron, Apollo Texans, the #1 podcast for all Texans content. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for making us your first listen for all Houston Rockets content. And the ball's rolling. We're full steam ahead here. Just got the draft, just got Reed Shepperd, and now we're full steam ahead towards the free agency. What are the Rockets going to do? What is Stone going to do now in year 4 of this rebuild, and where are we going to go, and what's going to happen? Is Kevin Durant going to be a Rocket? Is Paul George going to be a Rocket? We don't know, but we're going to find out in real time just like y'all. So be sure to join us in our next episode. And I'm going to end this episode, as I end every episode, with a Go Summit, Go Apollo, and Reed Shepperd, the Demon. You a Rocket, baby.
Demon home, pussy.
Go Rockets. Yeet. Yeet. You ready to